Hello and welcome to Exotic Wine Travel. I'm your host, Matthew Horkey. We're staying with the t-shirt theme today. We're going to be nice and loose today because we're going to switch to a different area of the country. And for the first time, we're going to talk about Spanish wines on the show today. One of my favorites. Actually, when you think Spanish wines, La Rioja is the most common. Ribera del Duero now is getting a lot of press. Those are the two main wine regions. Priorat. Those are areas that people know about, but I'm going to talk about a different region of Spain that Shireen and I actually were in about 7 months ago and got to taste some fantastic wines out of the region. A little background on these wines that we're featuring on the show today. In about 3 years ago, we attended a wine dinner from this famous cult winemaking producer. His name was Raul Perez from northwest Spain. And he got a lot of attention because he would actually age some of his wine in the Atlantic Ocean because there was no light, no oxygen to experiment how it tasted. And when I tasted his whites, we both were just astonished by the amount of saltiness, minerality in it. Not in a bad way. The wines were absolutely fantastic. And we got a chance to display some of his wines here today. So these wines actually are from a state in Spain called Galicia. It's in the northwest corner of Spain on the Atlantic Ocean, and it's right north of Portugal. And like the name suggests, Galicia actually has a lot of Celtic heritage, Celtic heritage there. It's very green. The bays are beautiful there, and they're starting to make some really good wine. So today, these two wines are cult wines, and what I mean by that, very, very small production. Very few people know about them. They're not mainstream. Very difficult to get. The first one that we're going to talk about is his wine that he ages in the Atlantic Ocean. It's a 2012 Sketch, as you can see right here. 100% Albariño grape. For those that don't know, Albariño is this grape that's really starting to get a lot of press in the last 5 years or so, because of the awesome flavors, the minerality that you get from it. Now, this is a 2012 version. He doesn't always age them in the Atlantic Ocean. Some vintages he does. I don't know if this vintage 2012 was aged in the Atlantic Ocean, but I have to say, when you taste this Albariño grape, especially from Sketch, man, you have this minerality, the saltiness, this sensation of light pear, just a touch of tropical fruit, just a little bit of melon. But the beautiful thing is the finish. It's got this nice, it's not like a creamy California Chardonnay, but it has some body to it, but it still stays crisp. And it just goes down the palate really nice, beautiful acidity. There were only 150 cases of this wine made. Stephen Tanzer, International Wine Cellar, gave it a score of 93 points. For me personally, I think it's a little bit high, but it's definitely a 90, 91 point wine, and it goes excellent with food. So I know this is a very rare find. I think it's about $110 US if you can actually find it. Wine.com's been sold out for a long time, but you should check it out. Really nice wine if you can get your hands on it. And that night we also drank a beautiful wine from him called La Penintencia. Right here, also from Galicia, an area called Ribera Sacra, right on the border of Portugal. This is 85% Mencia, 10% of the grape Caño, and 5% of the grape Bastardo, which is a funny name, I think. But anyways, Mencia was known for just making village quaffing wines for a long time. And the last, I think, about 10, 15 years, they started to figure out they could make fantastic wines out of this. Robert Parker, Wine Advocate, gave this wine a score of 95 points. There are only 90 cases made in 2012. It's so cultish. It's so simple. Look, that's the label. There's nothing else on the bottle. Nothing. Fantastic. Now, this wine, if you ever had a Mencia, man, it's just, you have you have a lot of pepper, a slight little hint of leather flint. I get a lot of cranberry on the nose, and the nose was absolutely fantastic. In the mouth, it was silky, a little bit of pepper. You get some nice fruit flavor. It went from cranberry to cherry flavor. Super long finish. It was a medium body wine. It wasn't really heavy. went excellent with the Spanish food that we had that night. This is also a difficult bottle to find. We were really lucky. I think the restaurant only had a couple bottles left that night. So if you get a chance, check it out. If you can't get these bottles in particular, check out the wines from northwestern Spain, Galicia. Like I said, this is from an area called Ribera Sacra, right on the border of Portugal. This is north a little bit. It's called Rias Baixas, Baixas. The Albariño there, you can get very inexpensive Albariño there, and it'll be similar in quality. It's definitely a crowd pleaser. So check that out. If you like this video, please click the like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exotic Wine Travel, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks a lot.